did some damage this weekend. So I went to 2 different Joann stores on Friday, February 14th. Luckily, my wonderful fiance agreed to spend our Valentine's Day going around to different Joanns. He actually wanted to go to more, but unfortunately he didn't get home until about 7, so we only had time to hit up 2 stores before they closed for the night. I'll put the total of how much I spent up here, but I think it was around $250 between the 2 stores. So I got quite a bit of yarn. They were having, I believe it was 25% off yarn, and then there was a coupon for an extra 20% off on top of that. Today when I'm filming this is Monday, February 17th, I believe. Yes, February 17th. The sale of Joann's is supposed to go live tomorrow, I believe, or something's happening on the 18th. But the 500 stores that are closing have started their liquidation from what I hear, so I do plan to go again today, because why not? From the videos I've seen, it looks like it's at about 20% and they're not accepting coupons in the stores that have closed. But I just want to go see how much has changed from me being there Friday right before close to now. But if you want, I'm going to go through and do a haul of what I did buy. I tried to get things that I don't think I'll be able to get if Joann does go under. For example, one of my best-selling colors that I do for like my pocket octos and all that is mini succulents, but I have not seen that on Walmart's website or Michael's website, so I got 3 of those just because I know it's a bestseller, and if I can't get it again, that's gonna be a real bummer. Hopefully Michael's and Walmart or another retailer step it up and they get a bigger variety of colors. But from what we have now, I just bought things that I thought I couldn't live without. And I got a lot of Posh because I don't know what Posh is going to do. I'm hoping somebody buys out Big Twist, but I got a bunch of colors just in case. So I'll start with the big boys. I got 2 of these 600-gram balls. This one is Stormy Oceans, which, just like mini succulents, is one of my big sellers. But I do believe it was on Michael's at least. It might have been on Joann too. But I got a big boy just because it was on sale. And then my other big boy is this gray, specifically Vapor Gray. I use a lot of gray for like possums and sharks, so I do have some gray over there. I believe it might not be this gray, but decided to grab a 600-gram giant thing of gray, so it'll definitely, all of this will definitely get used, by the way. I'm not hoarding yarn and then just sticking it on my shelf and never using it. I will be using all of this. Everything has a plan. And then the only big twist I got was this. It is electric blue. It's about the same shade that Bernays turquoise was, and I love that color. This is actually like my favorite shade of blue. It's also such a wonderful shade to use for the trans flag, and I am doing a Pride event again this June, so needed more of that, especially because turquoise got discontinued. I do have the like tiniest cake, probably maybe 100 grams of cake. It's just right off camera, so I was looking at that. But got this. I've never really used Big Twist Plush. I mean, I've used it a handful of times, but it's just slightly thicker than Bernay, so I don't like mixing them together, but I will be mixing this with my Bernay for now. So we got that guy, and then we'll do my acrylics next. I do have quite a bit of acrylic yarn that I got a lot of Impeccable at one point. I was crocheting with it for a while, making like gnomes and stuff, but it's just too tiny for me to work with. So I've been trying to utilize it all in my Centro knitting machine, but it doesn't like Impeccable yarn too much, and I have quite a bit of it. So I got some variegated yarns. I was doing this for this winter season of pairing a variegated with a solid, so I can do about 50-50 or sometimes 30-70, just so it looks much nicer, and it the Impeccable yarn is going through my 40 pin one, which is hand cranked. So I've been making ear warmers with them. So I got some yarns to pair with it because I've been actually depleting the yarn pretty well. But I have quite a lot of greens left. So I got this green to go with it. This one is lime jelly. And I also got, if I can grab it, woodland camo. When I was watching Crochet Vision, she said a lot of people ask for camo ear warmers where she lives. So I figured this might pair nicely with the greens. So I have 2 different ones to go with it because I have quite a bit of greens to go through. And I also have some blues and purples left. So I also got this, it's called Unicorn Magic. So those will pair nicely to help me get rid of that yarn. And then the last 2 ones I got were this big twist rave. I've had this one before. This one is called Milky Way Galaxy. It makes beautiful ear warmers. And they also have a version that has black instead of white, and I really like that, but unfortunately I didn't see it in store. And then this one is new to me. Sorry, this one's Supernova, this one's Rave. This one's called Lava Lamp. It's a beautiful blue and green. And I've been staring at this for quite a few visits. So I figured I might as well grab it before I lose my chance to ever own it. So a little bit of acrylic yarn to help me go through my stash of solids. And then the last thing in the first bag to finish us off is the 3 mini succulents that I mentioned earlier. I go through this yarn so much, and I believe I have 1 skein over there, so I'll have 4 to get me through. I'm really hoping that the remaining 300 stores stay open. If that is the case, then my nearest one is going to be about 30 minutes away. My closest one was on the list of closures, but I do have another one, and 30 minutes isn't the end of the world. I'm just hoping that they stay open. Now in our next bag, we have some more restocked colors. This one is Party Pop. I used it for the first time making pocket octos. This one gives me the same vibes as mini succulents, so I'm thinking that this will also become a bestseller in my Pocket Pals, but I have never sold this one before. But I used the entire skein already, and I grabbed another one just in case. This one I did not look up if it's available anywhere else, but I'm sure the other retailers for Brene will soon have more options. And then I got this one, which is called Dried Flowers. I think it's a beautiful, like, subtle lesbian flag colors. So I'll use this for, like, lesbian plushies for my Pride Market coming up. And I think I have one of these already, but just stocking up in case I can't get it again. And then this one I just love. It's called Blue Jean Dot. I've had it before. It makes beautiful dinosaurs. Thought I'd grab one before it's gone as well. And lastly, in this bag, I have Baby Blanket Frosting in color Seaside. Now I have the blue version, or not blue, this is the blue version. I have the green version and the pink version that I used as turtle shells. So I might make this into blue turtles, or my fiance mentioned maybe doing like sea creatures in it. So lots of options for this. Never used it before, but it's such a beautiful color that, again, I've been looking at for months and finally just decided to buy it. And then for the last bag of Brene, I grabbed 2 of the ombre in Spice is Nice. I like using this color for Mabel chickens. It makes such a beautiful ombre in them, and people tend to like them. So I had 2 of these at the beginning of the year that I've already crocheted into Mabel chickens for market prep, but I grabbed 2 more, again, just in case I can never find this yarn again. It's going to be a rough year, but, you know, we will get through it. Another one I grabbed 2 of is this baby blanket in color green. I just love this color. It makes beautiful turtles. I use it for my pizza turtles. I use it for my green axolotls. And I just use this color a lot. I love it. It's beautiful. Again, I have one on the shelf, but I grabbed 2 more just because I love this color. In that same lane, I grabbed another baby pink. This one I use all the time for my pink monochromatic plushies. I pair it with a darker pink, and I have some already, but I use this color all the time. It's probably my most used color behind white. So definitely had to grab another one of those. And then my last Vernay blanket that I picked up is this sparkle color. It is called Moonlight Sparkle. It's the like cream shade. I saw literally on the videos I was watching before I went to Joann that a sparkle white makes it such a beautiful unicorn. And I'm planning to attend Unicorn Festival this year. It is in August. I've wanted to do it the past 2 years, but it was the same weekend as Pikes Peak Pride, and I had to stick with my best market. But this year it got pushed back to August, and the reason I have not yet signed up is because you pay when you apply. So I currently cannot afford to do that. So after my next market or 2, I should be able to afford to pay for that market and sign up. So I'm hoping that it doesn't fill out by then. But the plan is to use this sparkly white to make unicorns for Unicorn Festival. And then my last bag, this is all filled with Posh. So Posh is the one I'm most concerned about. It is only available at Joann's at the moment, so hopefully somebody buys it up, or hopefully Joann gets bought out by somebody who wants to keep it in business. But I went through and I tried to get some neutrals and like the colors I really like. I do have one of each color. When they came out, I had a skein of each. I was planning to try to pivot and use a little bit of Posh this year instead of Vernay Blanket before this whole Joann thing happened. This is the yarn I started using for my crochet kits because I just love it, and I feel like it's a very beginner friendly yarn. It doesn't shed at the end. You can frog it a lot without it messing up, but it's possibly going away. So if that does happen, I will not be using these for kits anymore because I want to keep my stash to myself. I might be trying out, I think it was Kayla's Naughty Yarn or something like that. I'll put it on the screen. But they seem to have a similar yarn to Posh, where people have been saying that I saw a comment that said they purposely made something and frogged it 3 times and the yarn never broke. And it's just been getting good reviews, so I might start using that for my kits. We'll see what I do. But I got a bunch of yarns for me. My original plan for Posh was I really enjoy the Knights of the Rotund Table on TikTok. That was actually the thing I was saddest about when TikTok was talking about getting banned, was losing access to that because the creator is English, I believe. So she was not going to be losing TikTok. But I had a plan for a while to go through and make all of the Knights of the Rotund Table in Posh. I've already started with Mooding, actually. Let me grab her to show you. So this is Miss Mooding. I made her using Crochet by Jenna's pattern. So I had a plan for a while to go through and make a pattern for all of the Knights of the Rotund Table and release them. But I have not gotten around to that yet. I had quite a bit of things that I told myself I would do in January when it was the slow season, and it is now mid-February. So, anywho, we'll go through the yarns I did buy. All of the black was sold out. It also appears to be sold out online. So I unfortunately could not get more black, but I did find another white. So I wish I could have gotten more whites and blacks, But again, if that Kayla's Naughty Ball, or again, I'll put it up here, whatever it's called, if they truly are similar to Posh, then I can just buy their white and black and interchange them in. But I got one white. I got this green. This one is Lime Glow. I love this color. It's so vibrant. It's almost like a neon green. If, yeah. I don't know if neon green's a thing, but beautiful yarn. I think I got one of any color that I did grab. I also got another pink Pitaya. Again, beautiful hot pink. I also grabbed another pomegranate. This one I grabbed because I also made the dumb decision to make my temperature snake for the year with Posh. I started this snake after knowing the fact that Joann was probably going to go under. So it's probably going to be hot this year, and this was going to be my hot color. So I grabbed another one because I'm dumb and I might be playing yarn chicken with my temperature snake. Luckily though, I'm using Crochet Grove's pattern, and it's only like, I think it's like 8 stitches per round. So it's not like I'm using that much yarn per round, but just in case, I grabbed that for the summer. I also got Rose Ship. And then for the blues, again, I just love this color. This one is Butterfly Pea Flower. Do I have plans for this? No. Do I like this color? Yes. Maybe I'll make a butterfly with it, like it says, Butterfly Pea Flower. So, I don't know, butterfly, flower. I'll do something with that yarn, but I had to get another. And then I got a Blueberry Jam, a Blueberry Smoothie, another Mint Chip. I got a Frozen Grape, again because this one is in my temperature snake as one of the colder colors. So when we hit the winter in like November, I might need this to pull out. But I also got a ube milk tea. I'm gonna pull this up. And then I grabbed another Earl Grey. I believe this is what I used for a mudang. But I grabbed this just because it seems to be a lot of the nights, a lot of them are gray. So I wanted to have it just in case I do still go with my original plan. I would still love to crochet the Knights of the Rotund Table, but I keep getting in the headspace of I have to market prep. But it is market prepping to make those, but I'm making a bunch of tiny guys. And then almost to the end, I got, I believe this is croissant, yep, a croissant. I guess I found this at both stores, the chocolate fudge. This was one of their new colors and it sold out almost instantly, but it's such a beautiful brown color. So I got 2 of those. And then lastly, I got 2 of the truffle colors. So I got quite a bit of yarn. I'm still hopeful for how Joann is going to go, but I will be going there tonight, and the current plan, we'll see if I stick to it, is to go like every day, every other day, and make a TikTok series about, you know, what is my yarn supply at my local Joann, how much is it dwindling, when does the sale increase. So we will see what the stock looks like now after a bunch of people ransacked it over the weekend, and see if I actually stick to going to Joann every day or every other day. So I'm going to go put all of this yarn away. Hopefully it fits. It's most definitely not going to fit, but if you have a favorite yarn that you think I should try, if you'd leave me a comment below, maybe I'll try out more yarn. I recently got a Parfait Chunky, so I've been testing that out. My biggest complaint right now is that it comes out so much smaller than my blanket yarn does. I have some old stock that I've had this yarn for like 2 years, and I just shoved it in a closet and put it away because I didn't care for it. I have the Chenille Home Slim and Sweet Snuggles Light. I have a couple of colors of that, so I'll be testing that out. I do have some velvet that I bought previously, so lots of yarns to try out, and we'll see how I like them. So let me know down below what you think I should buy, and then I will show you how much yarn I'm able to fit on my shelf. So hopefully we can get more than I'm thinking on the shelf. But time to organize. This is what that pile looks like on the floor. Quite a bit of it to put away, a lot of it being posh. And this is what we're currently working with. I do need to tuck all of those ends in. I've just been lazily throwing them up there. But we're pretty full already, and now we need to try to fit some more. And then this is my box for the temperature snake right now, with the colors pulled of what I'm using at the moment for temperature. So it's definitely not been a consistent temperature here, but this is what we're looking like so far. I believe this is most of January done, so I need to sit down and do February. And this is the yarn I was talking about. So I have my velvet yarn here. I do have some Dollar Tree yarn. I don't know if I'll use that. And then in here I have the Sweet Snuggles Light and Chenille Home Slim. And apparently I had bought Parfait Chunky before. I don't know where. I'm really confused, actually. I feel like I've entered a new dimension. So I believe all of these are also Parfait Chunky. And then this is the box of the Parfait Chunky that I bought recently that I've been messing with. So, and in here I just have my chenille yarn, not chenille, my acrylic yarn pulled out that I'm trying to use on the Centro machine. So luckily I'm able to just throw in those acrylics I bought, and then I do have some more solids in a drawer, but we've got quite a bit of yarn, so more than I can fit definitely, but we'll see what I can do. And we did it! Well, kind of. So the posh is all shoved in here. I wish that the rows were even, but unfortunately they're not. And this was kind of like my overflow bucket. As you can see, I have quite a bit of mini cyclings to get through. And then, well, I do have some posh pulled aside for the temperature snake. But I have this little corner over here that didn't quite fit. So it's fine sitting over in that corner. And then I did pull these two off the shelf. They didn't fit on my overflow, but I am planning on making cats this week. So I guess I'm just going to fully use those skeins. But here is what the finished product looks like. The only thing that bothers me is just this party pop up here with the blacks and grays, but it works. And we've got quite a bit of yarn. I have never had this much yarn before, so lots to get through. And on top of that, I'm also going to try to get through my velvet, and then we have Parfait Chunky, and then a lot of Michael's brand, and I don't know if I'll mess with the Dollar Tree yarn. It doesn't feel too great. And some acrylic yarn. So we have quite a bit to get through. But off to a decent start. You know, I'm probably not going to needs the keyword, to buy yarn for the next couple of months, but that's what we're looking at. Oh, and then I do have this little section over here. This is also mini succulents, but I had this pulled a while ago because my blue and purple shelf here, as you can see, is very full. It is February, and I am doing a yarn challenge to see how much I can use. I've definitely bought more than I've used, but I pulled these off the shelf because they didn't exactly fit. This is Posy Purple. I'm not sure what this one was, but I'm sure it's easy to identify. And then this is the turquoise that's been discontinued. That looks pretty similar to this one here. I'll compare them. Not exactly, or they look much closer in person than they do on camera, but a nice dupe for it. So, a lot of yarn to get through. Off to a very good standing for 2025. Thank you so much for watching my yarn haul. I really hope that Joann stays. We shall see in the next day or so. You'll probably know before this video comes out, but quite a bit of yarn. I am well stocked for the year, and I have quite a bit of markets coming up, hopefully. I have a couple on the books now, but acceptances have started to roll in, so I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and I thought about maybe seeing if I can get through that entire collection by the end of the year, but I'll probably be buying more yarn. So, buying yarn is fun. It's like buying books. Buying the material is just as much fun as the actual doing. So, thank you again for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it so I know to do more yarn hauls. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!